Hello students. Now we are going to see the concept of partitions. So here the partition of any set C is nothing but a collection of various subsets of the set C which satisfy three properties. First property is that the cardinality of each subset Ci should be greater than or equal to 1. That means every subset should have at least one element. Second property is that intersection of any two subsets Ci and Cj should be phi or it should be null. That means they should not have any common element in between them. And the third property is that the union of all the subsets in the collection is the base set itself. So these are the three properties which, when satisfied by the collection of subsets, it will give you the partition. So let's see an example of the same. You have been given a question in which the set A is given to you and the equivalence relation on the set A is also given. So here they have asked us to find the equivalence classes. That is nothing but the partition induced by R. So what do we mean by that? We'll see it. So this was just the same question that we saw in the previous video. The equivalence classes are directly given to us. As you can see, the equivalence class of 1 and 5 are same, 2 and 3 are same, and 4 is the different one among them. 6 is also same as 2 and 3. So when you take these equivalence classes and put them into a set, that gives you the partition of the set A, which is induced by the equivalence relation R. So as you can see, the equivalence classes are uniquely taken. Okay. And if you look closely, these three subsets, C1, C2, C3, they satisfy all three properties. That is, every Ci, its cardinality is greater than equal to 1. Then the intersection of any two subsets, let's say C1 and C2, its intersection is null. And third property is that the union of all the subset, that means C1 union C2 union C3 is nothing but the base set itself. So that is nothing but the partition induced by R. So one thing you have to keep in mind is that to find the partition, you don't actually need the equivalence relation. You can find partitions even if you are given a set by taking various combinations of subsets. Okay, so even in this case, there can be many other partitions, but this is the partition that is induced by R.